Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another subscriber special. We hit over 1,100 subscribers. Thank you so much. Please just give all yourself a round of applause. The Spidey Squad, spectacular Spidey fans, and all you true believers out there deserve the best possible thank you I can ever give out, because without you, this channel wouldn't exist. And I love being part of this community and interacting with each and every one of you just because of Spider-Man. This whole channel is dedicated about Spider-Man. None of my other videos have been anything but Spider-Man, which just shows a channel with, lackluster video quality getting over 1,000 subs just because of Spider-Man is incredible. And of course, this channel wouldn't even exist without Insomniac Games for making this amazing game, which we're all super pumped for. And of course, Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures making Spider-Man Homecoming, which is going to be a great movie. Other Marvel content, too, is what my channel's about, but primarily, it's Spider-Man, mainly Spider-Man PS4. So just thank you, Insomniac Games. Please, you deserve the best round of applause ever. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. And, this video is mainly about Spider-Man Homecoming stuff because of how I've been doing more Spider-Man Homecoming videos recently to honor the channel description, because I say if you want to make the waits more unbearable for Spider-Man PS4, Homecoming, and other Marvel/Spidey stuff, subscribe to this channel. So I've been doing tons of Spider-Man PS4 videos. There are way more to come. Don't worry. My next Spider-Man PS4 video is going to be titled, Will We See Spider-Man PS4 Before E3 2017? I think yes, but I will get more in depth about that in that video. Right now, it's kind of more to honor Spider-Man Homecoming, so kind of as a way to honor the movie trailer that just dropped a couple days ago, I thought I would be taking a look back at the previous Spider-Man movies that we have had in the past and listing my top 5 favorite Spider-Man movies, since we have had 5 Spider-Man movies in total so far. Now, I don't hate any of these movies, regardless of where I place them. It goes from I really like to I love. So none of them I hate. So number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think Dane DeHaan did a great job of taking over James Franco's role as Harry Osborn. I think what they tried to do with that character was a really cool take. And Jamie Foxx as Electro, say what you will, I think the scene in Times Square especially was my favorite part of that movie. The music, that slow-mo shot where Spider-Man's saving the people, all the stuff in that scene was fantastic. I just love the dynamic. And if you watch the Comic-Con panel of Jamie Foxx describing his character of Max Dillon, you will understand why it works, why it makes sense that Max Dillon feels this way, why he acts like this. If they didn't put it in the movie, yeah, it's the fault of the movie, but if you look at the background history of it, it makes sense. And I personally loved Andrew Garfield's performance in that movie. I think he did a great job as being full-on Spider-Man in that movie, so kudos to you, Garfield. You are awesome. 4, Spider-Man 3. When it was announced that the Black Suit and Venom were going to be in a movie, I jizzed myself. And I know you guys did too. When you saw that scene where Topher Grace / Eddie Brock turned into Venom, where the roaring in the church, I know half you guys, at least half you guys, jizzed yourself. I know I did. I freaking cried like a schoolgirl. I was 9 years old when I saw that movie. Venom was is my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time, so you can imagine what my reactions were in that movie. The scenes, even though we got a little bit of it, but the scenes where Peter was in the black suit as Spider-Man, fighting Sandman in the subway and swinging in the black suit, gold. I think that was perfect. Awesome. That is exactly how Black Suit Spider-Man should be. Vicious, totally relentless, and evil, pretty much. And Thomas Hayden Church did a great job as Sandman. I think he did a wonderful job interpreting that character. Topher Grace, take him as what you will for Eddie Brock. I think we could have gotten someone, with the big Hulk-like figure that we get for Venom. But as Eddie Brock, I think what Topher Grace tried to do was a really good job. And Toby, of course, great as always. And I think it was a good movie. I didn't love it, but I really liked it. Number 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 1. It was a 5-year time gap between Spider-Man 3, which was released in 2007, and The Amazing Spider-Man 1, which was released in 2012. When it was announced that this is going to be like Spider-Man 4, but then it was announced that it was going to be a reboot, at the time, no one even knew what what a reboot was. And now we all know what a reboot was because of that movie and also the Batman movies in the DC universe. But mainly because of the Spider-Man movies. And when it was announced that Andrew Garfield was going to be Spider-Man, we're like, no way, we need Toby. This is ridiculous. And then we saw the trailer. And I was one of the few people who was like, oh my god, this is Peter Parker. Like, I thought that. I thought Andrew Garfield was Peter Parker after seeing him in that trailer, the teaser trailer for The Amazing Spider-Man 1. I love the black suit. That's my favorite alternate suit for a Spider-Man movie. My favorite red suit is the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit because it's a more grounded take on the character. If you were a vigilante and you would kind of want to intimidate people but also make sure that you were friendly towards other people, like you're a hero, not a menace, that suit would do it. I would be kind of threatened if I was a bad guy, seeing someone in that Spider-Man suit come and fight me like that guy in the alleyway was. With the car scene, and the lizard in that movie was a really cool job. I wish he was more lizard-like, but what they did with more humanoid was really cool. Rhys Ifans did a great job as Kurt Connors, and Andrew Garfield was a really good version of a modernized nerd of Peter Parker. I think they modernized the nerd well. You don't have to be nerdy with glasses and books and sit alone at lunch to be a nerd. You can be cool and have cool hair and skateboard, and you can still be a nerd, which is why I really like what Mark Webb did with that movie. Number 2, please don't murder me, I beg of you. Number 2, Spider-Man 2. Alfred Molina is Doc Ock to me. I wish every comic book interpretation of Doc Ock was as amazing and looked just like Alfred Molina and, acted just like him because of how that is Doc Ock to me. Train sequence, the coolest action scene in any Marvel movie up to this date, at least for Spider-Man. And it was just so awesome seeing that scene, the fight at the bank where they're falling on the building, off the building, I should say, and fighting on the walls, on the train at the end of the warehouse. So great. The whole dynamic between I'm Spider-Man no more and seeing that iconic shot where him throwing the suit in the garbage, and mainly having the movie revolve around Peter, which shows you can't have a superhero movie with just the alter ego, with just the normal person behind the superhero, which is what Iron Man 3 tried to do, and I really appreciate that movie for it. And Spider-Man 2 is a great movie because of that. And I think this is also because of why childhood nostalgia is why this movie's number 1, but also because of how the performances of these two people were so good, which is why my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time is the first ever one in 2002 with Sam Raimi directing it and featuring Tobey Maguire. To me, Tobey is my favorite Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, but that was my childhood. To me, that was Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man. Seeing J. Jonah Jameson for the first time, experiencing that world, being exposed to the character of Spider-Man through that movie. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, the great origin story of the wrestling. Bonesaw is ready, everybody. I love it so much. Willem Dafoe is Green Goblin. Holy hell, if Alfred Molina is Doc Ock, Willem Dafoe is the freaking Green Goblin. He looks like a goblin. He is Norman Osborn to a T. That was the best superhero villain performance I've ever seen. Jesus, he did such a good job as that character. And the final fight with no music playing pretty much, where they're in the warehouse fighting each other, was awesome. The whole scene where he's trying to chase Uncle Ben's killer was fantastic. And of course, seeing him as Spider-Man in the final swing sequence with the American flag is an iconic sequence. And that is the movie that has based all these other superhero movies. You could say Batman 89 or the X-Men movie in 2000, but Spider-Man, after 9/11 happened, Spider-Man saved everyone, especially me. I was 4 years old when I saw that movie. I didn't know anything about 9/11 or Spider-Man, but I just knew that is my hero forever, and he is my favorite fictional character of all time, and I'm sure he's one of your guys' as well. Not just Marvel character, fictional. In general, fictional character of all time, he's my favorite. And I think that movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it is definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, which is why I can't wait for Homecoming. I think they're going to do a great job with that movie, and I'm super, super stoked for it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for over 1,100 subscribers. I'm going to keep doing my best for you guys because you all deserve the best Spider-Man content imaginable. Stay tuned for more Spider-Man PS4 news. Don't worry, you will get it. Stay spectacular, everybody. Peace out.